Dan talked about the break being really good for you guys to be able to get away from the program for a few days and kind of reset. How has that kind of manifested itself, and what did it feel? What does it felt like to be back out there again, preparing for a game?
Yeah, I think it was kind of good for everyone to kind of get away for a second, clear their head, and come back. And you just feel fresh when you get back in the scheme and you get back running again. You start to feel fresh. I think it's good for everyone.
Right here on the left, you get second row, Eric.
Another opportunity at a playoff here for you guys, and what kind of has been the lead up to this one like compared to maybe last year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the home environment will be great. But no, I mean, we just gotta attack it. I mean, we all know how it felt last year, so just a different mindset of we don't want this to be our last game. And JMU is a really good team, so we just gotta go out there and do our thing.
Front row, James.
Obviously Coach Merringer runs your room, but beyond your individual room, position wise, what has he done behind the scenes in other meeting rooms offensively, Kenyon, for greater game planning each week, and then on Saturdays, from what you're not on the headset, but what you know of what he's involved with by way of calling the games?
Yeah, I mean, manager has impact on every bit of the offense. Him and Coach Dine do a great job, and no, I think manager's kind of like the glue in my mind. He's talking with the O line, he's talking with the quarterbacks. Kind of just the tight end position. So, like I say, he's done a phenomenal job. I mean, you can tell, and the amount of work he puts in. So it's awesome to see.
I go Eric in the second row.
Obviously, no guarantee, but looks like some receivers are back at work and you have a chance to play. What would it mean for this offense to be at full strength or a little closer to that on Saturday?
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had everyone out there on a Saturday. So no, seeing those guys out there, it's great for everyone. Everyone's confidence levels, and I'm sure it's good for them as well too.
Left, Zach.
You guys are obviously not in this for individual awards, but when four of you guys get, All American honors from AP that are announced today, what does that mean to you? And the fact that, it's kind of proof that the process is working here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's great, to get those accolades, rewards, and stuff. But we still have bigger things we want to go accomplish as a team, and I think those are more important.
Back row, Matt.
Dan has said that you guys have had to operate the last 6 weeks or so in the season of can't lose again. Now that you're in a position where you lose, you go home. How do you feel like that process is going to maybe make this team better for the situation that you're now in, where you truly is you lose, you go home?
Yeah, I think it's important that everyone realizes that there's no second chances in the playoff. So no, I think it's kind of just keep that mindset. But no, they've done a great job of kind of having us in that mindset the past 6 weeks, as you kind of mentioned. We couldn't lose again. Never knew that. So it's kind of that same mindset going forward of we can't make any mistakes when you play our best football right now.
Left here, third row.
We were just talking, Will, and he was saying that he's really proud because you had worked through a period where you're pretty banged up, and then your November was really good. Just curious what you learned from the period where you were really working back from a couple injuries, banged up, and what just made November so great.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate throughout my career to not have a lot of injuries, so to kind of have some bumps in the road, I think it was good for me, just like maturity wise. A lot of growth areas, whether it's in the treatment room and just kind of understanding. Um, I still need to prepare like I'm going to play the game or those things right there. So I think it made me grow a lot in a lot of ways that I hadn't before, and I think it was really good for me.